Well, good day to everyone. This is Matt DeYoung here from BDS, back with another review of the release highlights from the previous month, this one for October. Let's go ahead and jump in. After a ton of releases in September, if you remember, Genesys rolled out, I think, 54 releases in September. They caught their breath a little bit here in October, rolling out 16 new updates spread across 4 different release dates. Like always, we'll focus on some key ones here, but as always, the full release notes can be reviewed and viewed in the Resource Center. First one that applies to everyone and probably the main release as well. Hopefully this one didn't cause too much heartburn. It was the new Genesys navigation UI officially rolled out the week of October 27th. Genesys introduced this new navigation system and updated the information architecture to really just improve user interface and overall usability. Goal was just to help reduce friction, improve some of the findability, and deliver a more intuitive and consistent experience across all user types. Some of those key updates included a unified global menu, repositioned elements, enhanced global search, and simplified access to certain features. Hopefully your team was able to adjust to the changes. I know change can always be a little bit difficult, but hopefully, again, you're able to make that adjustment. Of course, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to our team. Next, we have a few highlights here for those with a CX3 license or the WEM add-on license. And really, these 3 updates I have to share apply specifically to those utilizing workforce management within Genesys. And so the first one here, we have the team schedule view for agents. And with this release, agents can now view their colleagues' schedule in a read-only team schedule view. This can just kind of help agents see who they're working with, who's scheduled after their shift, and who may even be available for a shift swap. An important note is that admins control this access at the management unit level. So this just ensures that only authorized agents can view the team's schedule. So kind of a unique and potentially helpful one there. And then next, we have the workforce management block scheduling release. So with this release, organizations can now use the workforce management block scheduling feature to schedule agents for specific types of work at defined times. To do this, an organization would just simply associate non-default on-queue activity codes with planning groups, and then apply those codes in work plan configurations or even during like manual schedule management. Ultimately, the enhancement just improves scheduling precision by aligning agent shifts with designated work blocks, and it helps to ensure that key metrics like service level, average speed of answer, and occupancy accurately reflect dedicated work assignments. So just kind of another helpful one there. And then lastly, adherence and activity code mapping enhancements. So with this update, teams can now map a secondary status to multiple activity codes and provide just a kind of greater flexibility in configuring adherence. Additionally, admins can also choose to ignore the individual activity codes, not just the categories for adherence. So these updates just really help to increase configuration precision and enable agents to perform specific off-queue tasks without negatively impacting their adherence metrics. So a few different potentially helpful updates there, again, for those using workforce management within Genesys. Next here, we have the latest AI updates from Genesys. First one being the preview guides for virtual agents in AI Studio. So this update just allows admins to use the preview guides feature in AI Studio to be able to test and fine-tune guides without creating or configuring a flow actually in Architect. So the update just simplifies the testing process, helps admins just validate that guide behavior for virtual agents more efficiently and within a single workspace there. So definitely a helpful one from that perspective. And then also tied to virtual agents is the release around being able to essentially configure virtual agents to generate answers from multiple knowledge sources. So with this release, knowledge authors can now actually configure knowledge bases to generate dynamic, intelligent answers from more than just one relevant source. Previously, the virtual agents could only generate an answer from basically the top ranking article. So really this feature just further enables virtual agents to provide a more accurate and relevant response. And then it also alleviates the process of content creation by leveraging Genesys Cloud agentic AI capabilities. So definitely a couple helpful ones there from an AI perspective, particularly if you're really going down that virtual agent path. And then finally, for those who are either interested in or utilizing the ServiceNow Unified Experience Connector with Genesys Cloud, a couple new updates. The first one is around outbound calls being able to be tied or be placed on behalf of a queue. So agents now have that ability to place an outbound call on behalf of a queue when utilizing the ServiceNow Unified Experience Connector. Extends really the existing outbound calling capabilities for agents, enables agents to associate calls with specific queues for more accurate analytics, consistent ANI representation, and also alignment with recording and quality management policies. So a helpful one there. And then also a release around the ability to map participant data from Genesys Cloud to ServiceNow interaction fields. So this particular release allows agents to view interaction context directly in ServiceNow interaction fields. Admins can also map the participant data from that Genesys collects from flows, bots, and virtual agent interactions, and displays them in corresponding ServiceNow fields as well, just to help agents enhance the personalization and reduce the handle time. So again, for those utilizing the ServiceNow Unified Experience Connector, definitely a couple helpful updates along both those lines. So with that, that wraps up our overview of the Genesys release highlights for October. Again, all releases that we didn't cover can still be viewed in the Resource Center. As always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. We really appreciate your partnership. Thanks for watching. And finally, being that we're halfway through November here already, I'd just like to take the opportunity to wish you and your families a very happy Thanksgiving here in a couple weeks. And if you happen to be watching some football on Thanksgiving, go Lions. Thanks, everyone.